we're all seemingly behind the help of Spirit. And we ask ourselves, why is that? Well, because all of our needs are being met and nothing is lacking. So we acknowledge one another, and it all comes from the power of our Earth Mother. From the beginning of time to today, she blesses us with all of this unconditional love without fail. And the only thing that she asks of us every day is to have an attitude of gratitude. And for us it gets expressed through sacred ceremonies, through songs, through dances. And what we do is we humble ourselves to the natural world. And we say to all of these elements, hey, don't give up on us. We acknowledge you. We're giving you thanks. So from the beginning of time to today, you are still being consistent. And we are being consistent too, to the best of our abilities, to still carry on our sacred songs, our dances, our speeches, so that those future generations, those future faces that have not come out of the earth yet, that when they will be born, that they will still be able to inherit a happy, safe, clean, beautiful, peaceful, loving home. So we acknowledge everything on this lower world, to all the waters, to all the plants, to all the medicines, to the insects, to the plant people, the plant nation, to the strawberry, the leader of the fruit. And then we acknowledge our life supporters, the corn, the beans, the squash. So we acknowledge the four-legged, the ones that give up their life, the deer, the moose, the caribou. And then we acknowledge all these forests, all of these trees. When we get done with that, we acknowledge those birds. The birds that come and sing all their beautiful songs. We listen to them throughout the day. And we acknowledge the bald eagle, that's the highest, strongest bird that we say is a messenger from time to time. When we finish with this, we look up. Now we're going to acknowledge the four winds. Those big winds, the hurricanes and the tornadoes, and even the smallest wind, and the sacred breath that we take every second of our life. From there, and we acknowledge our grandfather, the thunder bees. About a month ago, they came through in our longhouses again. We did thunder dance, thunder ceremony, and we asked them that throughout this growing season, that they will bring the rain so that our crops could grow. Just this past weekend, we did seed ceremony where the women sang their songs. They honored and put their power in those seeds so those seeds would grow. So now we're going to come harvest time, our stomachs will be full again, and we'll say, yeah, it was another great year. So to our grandfather, the thunder beings, we humble ourselves and we say it to them to do their work. Next, we acknowledge our elder brother, the sun. That sun, our brother, comes out of the earth, reaches a midway point and begins to set. And he reminds us of our path. All of us come out of the earth. We're here for a short period of time and we're all sitting in there. Tomorrow that sun resurrects up and we're all resurrecting up. Not in flesh but in spirit. And we understand that it's going to change your relationship with this walking place. It's going to change your relationship with each other. It's going to change your relationship to this Mother Earth. And it's going to change your relationship to the ancestor element. And all we understand that, as we're all going to be one, give or take, less than 100 years. From there we acknowledge our Grandma Moon. This is her daughter, Mother Earth, in our cosmology. And our Grandmother Moon, she determines when we hold ceremony. She determines when we plant. She determines the time of month of women. She determines when children are born and come into the world. So we ask her to continue her work, her duty, her responsibility. Then a beautiful night, we look up and we see all those beautiful stars. And we still have some star stories and some star knowledge. So we acknowledge them and we give them thanks for their role. It's said that early in the morning they put the dew in the grass to help them in case it's a hot day, that they have some moisture to make them, help them make it through the day. Now we're going to go into the ancestor relic. All of our loved ones that have gone before us, that are now part of that sacred energy. Then we acknowledge the messengers of the Great Spirit. We acknowledge those ones that come in our dreams. because all of that sacred energy, we don't see it, but it's there, and from time to time, don't make their presence known. For us, there is no such thing as death. We are Oglahue. Ungwe is a person. Ungwe comes from Zinawa, which is forever. So essentially, we're all spiritual beings having this human experience. We come from the great mystery, the great spirit. We're all here for a short time and all going back home. And that's forever. But while we come here to the lower world, we're under the auspices of the Creator and His brother. Our Creator is all about life promotion. His brother, on the other hand, brings death, he brings disease, he brings sickness. But it's all about understanding this duality and keeping yourself in equilibrium and balance. So to all of that energy, we bring our minds together and we honor and thank them. Now we're going to bring our minds to the holder of the sky. We say, Garu Yawagi. Because he has a mother. And we have a common mother. His mother is Mother Earth. But he too comes from the other side of the sky. He is friendly of origin. And we take them all to the great mystery. So now that great mystery, whatever we want to call it, doesn't matter what we say, but we all know that there is something. That all of this came from a thought. And our creation story was a dream. And it goes from a dream to everything that we have now. So now we're going to say that this particular moment in time that we're all gathered here. We're looking at some of the sad history that went down, and we're trying to say now, how do we look at reconciliation? How do we look at healing? How do we ensure that as we're going to move forward, that all of us are going to begin to see different. All of us are going to begin to hear different. All of us are going to begin to speak different. And all of us have to start to do different, because global warming and climate change is real, and this attitude that the earth is just a thing that we have dominion over is over. If we maintain the status quo, we will all be gone in a very short period of time. But we're at this time now where everything is coalescing. Why did 215 kids' spirits resurrect up from the dead in Kamloops, British Columbia? Why is every child matters? Why is it the color of that fire, orange? Because we are resurrecting up and we are speaking truth to power. And we are saying that the time has come now that the indigenous wisdom and knowledge of this land has to be taken to heart. We have to change the trajectory that we are on. And the only way we can do it is having love in our hearts, opening up our minds, acknowledging what we've done, and saying, okay, now how can we move together equally into the future? Because right now it's still like this. We still have these colonial governments that have this attitude of superiority, that we're superior to you, we're going to take all your lands, we're going to eradicate you to a reserve, we're going to legislate you from the womb to the tomb. Well, that's all got to go now, because, as I said, all of these things are coalescing up, and we're at this historic moment in time, as I said, that all of us have to begin to really look at where we've come from, where we are, and equally together, moving forward, how we can make it better. And we ask all of these powers, and the power of the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, to continue to send His love, power, energy, healing, and all the stuff that we need at this crucial moment in time. So these are the words that I said. There's some tobacco here. Everybody's welcome to come up to the fire, and you can connect to and say whatever you have to say at this moment in time. So that concludes my part. And if anybody else wants to say anything, not to say, the other elders that are here, Ed, open.
So I'm also known as Tecumseh, as well as Wabanobane. I raised my pipe, and this pipe actually is a passion as the ways that our ancestors actually fashioned their fight on this land, even before we moved from this land and went back down into the Mohawk Valley, and then returned home to our land here. But I raised it up with the recognition of all our people across the land, because in over 40 years that I've traveled across the lands and been with all of our people across the land, I've recognized that we all have the mind that Kevin has spoken of. That mind that he speaks of, it was our minds that we're bringing back and recovering. It lies within our languages, and we have common understandings, all of which match with what Kevin has shared here. So those words are words for all our people across all Turtle Island. Because as we gather here and we speak to the things that have gone wrong, we're recognizing how we can make it right. All that knowledge that lies within us, that comes from our ancestors from here and from across the land, is what he's spoken to, that we need to return our minds to in order to survive as humans on this earth, and so that everything can survive on earth, and so that our mother can continue to feed all of us. We're grateful for all those gifts. We give thanks for those, and we bring our minds together, as he says, as one. That is our minds of all Indigenous peoples on the land, and those as well that are coming to understand that knowledge and bringing it forth and supporting what we are all trying to do now. It's that time. We're in that healing time. I've heard it over and over from elders right across the land, that we're in this time of healing. And this is a powerful moment in that healing. So we bring our minds together now as one in that way, for Mother Earth, for all of creation, and for all of humans and all that exists, the Creator has created. So we give thanks for all these things today, and for what will come from what we do as we bring our minds together in this way now. Come.